Yeah, you tuned in for it. It's another week of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school football coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach, football strength coach at Twinsburg High School. Also, co-CEO El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and meal prep head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to do something for me. Listen here, I got a whole list of things. The first thing we're going to start with, we are in partnership with Hooked Seafood and more. You can go see that, eat that, and fellowship with my man, Chef DV. Go to 23091 Emory Road, Warrensville Heights, Ohio. That boy got lamb chops. That boy got rasta pasta. That boy got that big fish sandwich. He got that chicken, shrimp, po' boy. Man, he got so much stuff that's gonna make you just be so happy inside. You know, when black people eat, we get the itis. You gonna get ready to get the itis because there's some damn good vittles. I tell you that. Go on over there, check him out, man. Tell him Coach E sent you. Now, we also have different ways to watch and listen to this podcast. You can watch this podcast on YouTube. Go to that search bar, click it, type in Coach E Game for All Seasons, and all of that will come up. You can also download this here at wherever you get your podcast from: Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Tune In. The list goes on and on and on. So wherever you listening to us at, go ahead and download that thing. You can email us and get in touch with the show to talk to us, to give us a question, to give us a concern at gameforallseasons@gmail.com. That is also where we want to communicate back with you. We can answer your question live on the air while you watching and while you listening. So go ahead and go over there and do all of that for me. We got that out the way. We are live with my three assistant coaches on the left, right, and middle. Left-hand side, we got Guardian Zen with some good news. What's up,
Yes,
Guardian
sir.
Zen?
You know, I had to throw on the hat and represent tonight. My boys just tied up first place, AL Central. That's what I'm talking about. And actually, as it stands right now, if we keep it up, we'll win the tiebreaker. So we technically in first place. So, hey, it's all good. We was down in the dumps. We had two pitchers get suspended for gambling or suspicion of gambling. They haven't made it back. But hey, we kept this thing rolling. The train kept on going, man. Hey, we got a little bit of that Twinsburg in us. Man, we got a little cardiac kids in us, man. We just waiting for the right time to pop up and show them. So that's what we doing. That's what I'm talking about. So hey, I'm in love. But real quick, two things. B, did you see your movie that you was all goo goo gaga about?
Oh yeah, I surely did.
You did see it, because that
Yes,
movie
sir.
bombed at the box office, boy. I was like,
Well, too many people
Hope
don't
he
understand
enjoyed
it,
it.
man. I loved it. I will go see it again. But this show opening, man. I got my opening. I'm gonna talk
oh,
about it.
okay. Oh, you gonna talk
Yeah.
about it? Oh, I didn't know I was stealing your thunder. I was just
No,
looking. I was like,
you not. The thunder
I,
is shared. It's like Zeus and well, no, not Zeus and Eeyore too. You know what I mean? Collaborating. Come on, Eeyore. We can collaborate.
okay. And then, hey, man, what's your thoughts on your boy? You've had a run in. I think CJ had a run in with him, Adrian Bronner, before. Man,
Oh, bro. Yeah. Yeah, CJ disrespected Adrian Broner. I don't know if he ever told you the story, E.
Nah, let me hear it.
When he was bouncing, so CJ was bouncing one of them clubs downtown, and Adrian was down there acting the fool. So he had to keep warning him, and he kept acting the fool. So CJ commenced to pick him up by his elbows and carry him out the club. He was
sunned
mad.
that.
He picked the grown man up and took him out the
By
club.
his elbows. He said he was wiggling. He's like, I'm sorry I gotta do this to you, man, but you acted up. So yeah.
Sounded
Wow.
a lot like the Cam and Mace situation, man.
That's crazy.
Man,
Yeah.
just hard
I'm gonna
headed,
pay
just
you.
like a
I'm gonna
Cincinnati
pay you
dude.
for your time, but you violating. You gotta go.
Mhm.
But that's all I had, man. What's good, fellas?
Not Adrian Broner's continual horrible behavior. That dude need to get set straight, and somebody should do it. Shout out to Freeze though. Hold down Cincinnati. All the good guys like you, man. Them other guys, Cincinnati, get the hell out of here. On the right hand side, I got Coach RPZ back in the build easy. What up,
What,
RPZ back in the build
what's up,
easy?
man? Put me in, coach. Got my dad gang hat on. Son had his debut high school showcases this weekend. So they play, basketball. They play games before they, get into the season and stuff, kind of like the off season.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first year that we got like 3 middle schools that go into the high school. So this was the first time they ever like played against another school. So you can imagine how the first game looked. It was, then the second game they wound up losing. I think they underestimated their opponent. Them boys play hard. They outplayed us, just was hustling. And then the third game, young Trigger Trey, yeah, he was feeling it that third game, man. It'll be a posting coming up soon, man. But it was
Yeah.
cool, man, to see him out there. I'm trying to be just dad and not. I've stopped coaching from the sideline, man. Because
Man, you lying, man.
no,
Really?
I'm serious. Like because
Let
I was
a
bad.
moment happen in the
Proud of you.
game. Let a moment
No,
happen in the game. You putting that dad
Proud of
gang
you.
hat
Great.
off and putting on your coaching whistle.
nah. He looked at me because he the second it was the second game. His shot wasn't on, and he looked at me. I just said, "Hey, straight up, straight down, when you shoot." And he like, "All right, all right." He shook his head. Yeah, he was putting it on. And what I noticed, and you'll see it in the clips when I put him up, he going to the lane and like force. He been doing weightlifting. I will say he
Mhm.
get after weightlifting, man. He lift me and him night and day. Like he stay in the weight room and he go at it. Like he go at it, and it's paying off because when he's driving the lane now, he pushing people up off of him, or So that's what I told him. I said it's making a difference,
Mhm.
making a difference. So dad gang,
Gang in the building. In the middle. Last week, Zen, he had on a total different color and a total different team, but we got the victory, so now he back on the bandwagon. We gonna call him bandwagon Mr. Taboo Teasy. What up, bandwagoner?
No. What's up, East Girl? You know what it is before I tell these people. You know what it was last week. It almost was this week, but I had to celebrate my Browns. That was one good thing of 3 that happened. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get to it. The second great thing that happened, the movie, as Zen alluded to earlier. Great movie. It would have been a 10 out of 10. The ending was a little crazy, but I recommend go see it, especially y'all football junkies, because y'all will not look at the game the same. It was amazing. And I'm going to be the first to say it. Marlon Wayans, get that man an Oscar because he has not ever acted that great in a movie. It was believable. He was terrifying and outright crazy as hell. So go see it. And the last great thing that happened, Tampa Bay and MVP Shake and Bake Mayfield is the most exciting team in the NFL to watch, and Coach E is ecstatic about it. It's not your boy, but your favorite grown-ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And you see, Coach E was so ecstatic, he could only say, yeah. So what's up, fellas?
Hey,
Yo,
so you mean to tell me you didn't believe Marlon was a crackhead when he was in Requiem of a Dream? He did a hell
that's
of
what
a
I was just
acting
about to
job
ask.
then.
I was like, that was his best acting
For
gig. So
real.
I
Hey.
mean, he played crackhead pretty good because in Above the Rim, he was a crackhead in that. Kind of
I'm about to say
iffy.
Boogaloo. He was good at above the rim, man.
Yeah, but
Requiem
this
for a
right
Dream was
here,
next level. That was next
Yeah.
level for him.
you
He
ain't
tapped
never
in off.
seen him like terrifying crazy. I mean, you ain't never seen Marlon play this like because he always played goofy. He was zero goofy in this movie, zero goofy, and it was believable. He was crazy as hell. Go see it. It's amazing. Great movie. A
He
lot of
probably had that
symbolism in it.
probably had that Chuck alien brain CTE going on. That's what made him so crazy.
Man, it looked like it too. 'Cause he looked like he really played football. Like he really was playing football. like this dude really is traumatized for football. I'm like, did he play? I was like, man, this is really believable.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the previews, I kind of said, I'll wait for
Dang.
it to come at home. I'll wait for it
I
to see
wasn't
it.
I was like, yeah, that's a smooth skip for me. I was like, I don't care if I ever see it. But you
It
moved
was
me from
good
never
though.
seeing to I might.
It was good. Now, I will say it was just a little disappointing for a Jordan Peele movie because it was packaged as a Jordan Peele movie, and Jordan Peele endings are what make his movies great. The twist, yeah, it was a twist, but it was still in that symbolism mode. You know what I mean? Where it should have just twist, and you knew what the hell was going on. But you be like, "What the is going on?" And I had to say it like that. Excuse me, editors, but yeah, it get that way. That's why I knocked it down from 10 to about
So
7.5.
you was wait for Keenan Ivory Wayans to walk through and be like, message in the movie.
Yeah, right. Like all his movies, man, it's always some twists or something. Like, okay, like Get Out, it's
Yeah.
always something. But I mean, it still was, but it's a head scratcher. I gotta find one of those decoding videos.
Yo, man. So be giving it this props. I'm gonna be honest. After Get Out, I thought Jordan Peele has been falling off since Get Out. I don't know what y'all
Really?
fellas think.
No, the next one, the one where
Us.
the
Us was good.
Doppelgangers.
Y'all
It was
like that?
good.
what was
Okay.
the
Yeah.
next one? What was the next one after
Us.
Get Out?
Us.
Us. That one was creepy. Like it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. The
yeah, I thought that
Doppelgangers.
was good.
Eh. And then Nope.
I ain't
Nope
even
was
seen Nope.
that was yeah. You kind of got something with that because it was like I was
See.
expecting woo.
So you
Yeah.
know
You
I'm a
saying
big. Oh, go ahead, E.
you saying Nope was a nope for you, huh?
Yo, absolutely.
Yeah,
And that's
it
what
was,
I'm like.
man.
That's why I was like, man. Since Get Out, it's been man, I've been thumbs down the rest of the way. So this one, I was like, yeah, that's continuing in the trend for me. So
This was better than Nope though. It was better than Nope though.
all
Definitely
right.
better than that.
So you know I'm a Sinners guy. Is it better than Sinners?
No. Sinners,
Okay.
man,
Okay.
landed the plane. It took off. It cleared the runway. It took off. It just flew nicely and it landed perfectly. Nope.
Okay.
I
Nah.
still haven't watched Sinners.
You got
What?
to, Rick. That's a
Oh
classic.
man.
Yeah, I still
I
haven't watched
tried
was
to tell
good.
y'all.
We watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
All right, that's my homework. That's my
Yeah.
post game
Nah.
homework.
Sinners, I've seen that multiple times already. I'm guilty. Yeah.
Now I heard a couple people say they had to watch him a couple times just to get that message that you was looking for. Because they say when they seen it the
Yeah.
first time, it didn't hit home, just like you said. But they said they watched it again and was like, "Oh, that's what it was." Because they said
That's what I'm gonna
they
definitely
saw
do.
certain parts, but they didn't see
Yeah.
certain parts. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen
See
it.
that
Yeah, you had to
that's
be
not
paying
a
attention.
that's not a genre of movie where I'm like I want to watch him over and over again. It's just
True that. True
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
not.
I'm definitely gonna watch it again because it was little things that was going on. I was telling Nikki. Now Nikki was totally lost. She was like, "What the hell you got me watching? I got to go to church after this." I was like, I was like, "What? It maybe it's
Cleanse my
good."
soul.
Yeah. So it was little things going on that I saw. It's just that ending. I got to go back and understand the ending to really understand the ending. I got to go do some research.
Well, speaking of research, I know y'all sitting on the edge of y'all seats waiting for this update that happened on last Friday, ain't you?
Nope.
Yeah.
I can tell you why. Because I didn't get no text, and I already knew what it was when I didn't get no text. So
I
go
cheated
ahead.
too. I don't gotta lie. No, I cheated too. I was looking. I was on the edge of my seat, like, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep. For all you fans that's out there waiting for this update, did the Twinsburg Tigers win on Friday versus Wadsworth? No, we didn't. The streak stopped at 4. But it's cool. We getting right back on the horse. We got Hudson coming in. But what happened in the game? The score was 39-0. Now the average person hears that and like, man, y'all got y'all ass kicked. Y'all could take this as coach speak, however you want to. Every time they scored, it was on us. Literally. We had 4 broken coverages. Guess who just happened to hit a bomb on them broken coverages? 4 times. 4 times 7. That's 28 right there. Then you add in a pick 6 that the quarterback threw. So right there, that's the game for real. But they quarterback is supposed to be one of the best in the state. Dude is all right. He decent. He only a sophomore. If you was to watch that game, you would think he had a 300-yard game. He was 18 for 22, shit like that. No, he was 9 of 23 with those 4 touchdowns on those broken coverages. So that sums up the game right there. The Division One Army running back had 42 yards rushing on like 15 carries. So when it was time for them to actually try to sustain a drive and put a drive together, it was nothing going on. We stopped everything except for when we had those broken coverages, and we take full responsibility of that. It was broken coverages. The third play of the game, they hit us, Rick. Jet motion, play action, deep go ball. For some reason, the corner that's supposed to be checking that deep go ball in cover 4 comes off of the receiver and just tries to go tackle the jet when that's not even your responsibility, sir. So boom, that's 7-0 right there. So then it just happened again. The safety didn't rotate on the other one. Then the other safety didn't rotate on the other one. Then the other corner fell asleep and got beat deep. It was just crazy, man. It was just boom, 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 like one after another. But still, at the end of the day, it was 14-0 at halftime. And that first touchdown came within the first 3 plays, and that second touchdown came right before halftime. So, like I said, it wasn't like we was getting our ass whooped. We was getting driven up and down the field. It was a lot of punts in that game that people probably won't see because it's 39-0 on the scoreboard, but it was a way tighter game than the score would lead you to think. So I'm still not impressed with Wadsworth, like all the talk that they got for everybody being so scared of them. Yeah, they capitalized on our mistakes. But other than that, if we are to see them again, if we don't have no broken coverages, I really like us in that game just because how the rest of the game went and everything that we bottled up and everything that they were trying to throw at us, it really didn't even land home. But, you know, shit happens. But like I said, we got Hudson at home this Friday coming up, and they are like a half a computer point behind us for the 5th position in the playoff points, Rick. You know how that go. So when
Yeah.
we beat them Friday, we going to get hella points from them. And then we got Nordonia after that. So when we beat them, we going to get hella points from them. So this is point position time now.
Well, I got a deep dive question. So
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talk a lot of like defensively,
Yeah.
offensively. How did the goose egg happen?
We were like the Cleveland Browns in week 2. We looked good 20-20. Then after
Yeah.
that, it was a turnover, then a 4 and out, then a 4 and out, then a turnover, that pick 6, then a 4 and out,
Mhm.
4 and out. So it was like I
That's
said,
what
it
I was.
was a
That's what I was thinking when you was talking. I was like, it sounded like the Browns past Browns game.
yeah. That's exactly what
And
happened, man.
I was kind of disagreeing with you for a minute where you were like, it was all our fault. And I was like, okay, well, the busted coverage. It wasn't like they were just everybody was in their right gap and we just getting dominated on the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage. Like we can't
nah, that
stop. Like there's nothing we can do because we're just not strong enough, or we're not fast enough, or we're not.
nope. Didn't
Yeah.
happen at all. Like I said, they tailback. He was coming off of a freaking 168-yard game. The game before that, he had like 170 yards. He was killing like every
Mhm.
opponent that they had before us. We held him to 40-something yards off of 15, 16 carries. So shit. What else can you do? But
Yeah.
lick your wounds and live to see another day.
So how did the kids react after the game?
It was real humbling because we was riding that 4-0 train and cloud as much as we could. We was coming in there confident as hell. Like
Mhm.
we was expecting to win the game. We prepared to win the game, and we was definitely up for the challenge. The crowd was awesome. It was a sellout crowd there. It was very loud. It was a great atmosphere. So everybody was real pumped to play in the game. But then it took them to be down like 21-0. And then that's when you saw a couple heads hang and stuff like that I never seen before from when we were down in the previous games where we came back and won. But
Mhm.
that 21-0 felt a little different than the actual 21-0 deficit that we haven't seen 21-0 before. I ain't saying we got down before like that, but that 14-point dig we had to come out of, it just seemed because the offense wasn't getting nothing going. So we felt like it was all on us. We had to get a turnover or we had to score, things like that. But that was the only time that I seen them kind of like down and out. You know what I mean? Not to say they quit or anything, just it was just very depressing at that point in time. And plus, that was
How's
like
it? How's the
towards the
talk
end of the
now? How's the
third
talk
quarter.
today? How's the talk today? What was their vibe like?
We've been having good upbeat practices, like regular. Nothing fell off. We had one of our, well, not one of, the best offensive lineman that we got. The D1 guy that I always talk about, the 6'4", 290 left tackle. He hyperextended his knee and grade 1 MCL sprain on his knee, but he'll be playing Friday. So, but he hasn't practiced yet this week. We just trying to let him, get his wits together and get some rest. But he's definitely playing Friday. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that got people down when it happened, because everybody thought it was like way more serious. They thought like, oh man, he's gonna be out for the whole year. But he cool. Everybody else, cool. A couple nicks here and nicks there, but nothing bad. So they still
yeah,
upbeat and everything.
it's that as a with the kids, that moment is a
Hmm.
big moment, and if they wasn't used to that, that spotlight, like you playing a team where you can't bust a coverage, you can't be out of position, you can't,
Yeah.
that's the difference between good teams and great teams. It's like the great teams that
Hmm.
be in those moments show up.
Yeah.
That sounds like the teaching moment in this time. Yeah, you good against the teams you know you can beat or you really feel you could beat, but with this team that everybody's saying you're gonna lose to, it take a little bit of special mentality, and but it's a learning experience. They grow from it.
Hmm.
Like you said, I don't think that they've seen it now, they felt it now. Like it's I played in some big games. It's different. That lights
Oh,
get a little brighter.
yeah. And the crowd get a little louder, and the
Hmm.
microscope is on you, and it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
You can, like, some people don't like to admit it, but you play a little tense at the beginning until you really
Yeah.
settle into the game. Like how everybody say the quarterbacks, I just need to get hit, so I feel like I'm in the game. You need to take like one of those big hits or give one of those big hits so you can kind of like woo sign, like, oh, okay, whew, now we in the game. I'm good now, but I don't care who
Yeah.
you are, you gonna be nervous.
Yeah. I never understood that as a player. I did as a coach. Cause you see
Hmm.
you see kids and just the way
You
they
could
act
tell.
different. Yeah. As a player, it's like, dog, what you talking like? You better get your ass up and play. Let's go, man. Like, it's just, I had very little short time for that
Hmm.
scared mess. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
look, it sound like, so Rick brought up a good point. So he wanted to know why the goose egg. You pointed to your guys having the breakdowns, and it kind of leads to sort of a question that we were talking about from last week.
yeah.
You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So I hear about the breakdowns on your end. I'm not hearing about the breakdowns on their end. And I know, Coach E, I think you got a little flack about some comments that you made last week. Do you need to clarify anything or get anything off your chest right now?
I'll do both. I'll clarify and get it off my chest. I ain't talking about dumb black kids and they can't comprehend things and stuff, because if y'all remember, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, go back and listen to it again, but I will give you a recap right now. I was bringing up Wadsworth, and Zen didn't know about the program or the school or the city, so I was giving him a little preview into it, saying how those white schools out in the boonies, or schools like a Menor or things like that, they grow their program from the ground up, meaning muni league football, little league football. They run the same stuff that the high school runs. So by the time they get to high school, they already get their feet down and running, and they don't have to learn the playbook. They just hurry up and play the game of football. Black schools don't do that because they have transfers that come in. Kids go from school to school to school, especially nowadays. I ain't talking about back in me and Rick's day, because me and Rick still grew up together, played together from little kids all the way to high school. Those days are over in the black community or big school community, big division 1A divisions or whatever, things like that. People go year to year. I know kids that have been to 3 different high schools, all 3 years of their high school career so far. But those kids in the boonies don't do that. So I was breaking that down and saying specifically, like Zen brought up the details, schools like that, you have to pay attention to detail. If you don't, they will get over on you because they are paying attention to detail because they have been doing that for years upon years and upon years. So I was explaining the different ways that you have to coach between those schools and those black schools. You have to be way more stern, way more father figure, so to say, to the black kids because they don't take coaching the same way another group of white kids will. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just how we were brought up and how the parents are at these schools as well. Because I can 100% guarantee you that those coaches at the white schools don't have to have meetings in practice or after practice or answer emails or answer phone calls about why their kid is not playing. They don't have to answer those. Well, I brought my kid here because he's supposed to be better than him and why he ain't playing over him. They don't have to deal with that. The black schools do. So that's another way that the black schools get set back with that, all that stuff. It's just extra noise that you don't need. So that's all I was saying, explaining that. If you don't like the truth, you don't have to like it, but I'm going to continue to say the truth because that's exactly what it is. That's what I see on a daily basis. And that's what's been going on for the last 5 to 6 years.
All right. Now, a sentence that you said in that you clarified a lot, but I know you said a sentence that could get you in trouble. You said black schools, they don't take to coaching. I think you're gonna need to clarify what you mean by they don't take to coaching, because that's where people could take that and say you calling our kids dumb. So clarify that phrase right there.
The exact reason why I have to clarify that phrase right there is the reason why I said the black kids don't really take to coaching because you always have to go the extra yard because there's always a lot of defiant kids, a lot of know-it-all kids, and a lot of kids with a lot of stuff going on at home, which makes them on edge, which makes them angry, which makes them combative with a male figure because they don't have that at home. That's why I'm saying that. And it's not a shot at just blacks. I'm just talking about you can be a white kid at these schools and still be having those same things that I'm talking about, just that area, that demographic. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Rick, you got something? I see that look on your face.
Yeah, I think that it touches a button with our community because that's who probably you interact the most with. If
Yeah.
like when I was at a black school, that's who I interacted with. So it's easy to get off into the racial component of it. Um, Down here, I've coached at a 97% Hispanic school. I've coached at an all black high school that was ranked in the nation, and I've coached at a mixed lower level school. And what I noticed was the the kids that were easier to coach had father figures
Yes.
in their lives
That's
or a
exactly what I'm
father
talking
in their
about.
life.
Or some kind of
And
strong role model,
right.
male.
And for the black experience that I had when we were coaching at the all black school, it was the tone set in the very beginning. And I think they were on board a lot quicker because of the program we were in. Because they
Mhm.
knew if I was here and I do what I'm supposed to, I'm gonna go to college because I've seen my friend's brother who's doing it right now and he's got 6 scholarships.
Mhm.
So it's like it's that track record and I the head coach was a white guy and they listened to him like, "Oh, you want me to run through this wall right here? Okay." You know, and they learned the offense and they learned the defense. So it was a lot of time spent, but what I did notice was the emotional maturity or the emotional balance was put in check a lot at a very small age.
Mhm.
At the high schools that I've seen that didn't do very well, they did not kids did not how didn't know how to handle their emotions.
Mhm.
which leads to outbursts, which leads to this, which leads to that, which looks like, oh, these kids is dumb. They don't understand this. That no, it's like you said, it's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
And if you as a coach aren't receptive to that and being tuned to that and coach that, then yeah, your team's gonna look a certain way and people gonna read it a certain way.
Yeah.
So Zen, to your point, I don't think it got anything to do with X's and O's. It's about, can you emotionally mature enough to handle, hey, you doing that wrong, and I'm gonna be on you about it.
Every
It's
single
that
time
part.
you do it wrong.
Yeah, every single time.
Mm-hmm. And man, the thing I noticed the most too, like it go down to fundamentals. Like fundamentals they ain't sexy enough for, and that could be going back to what y'all saying with emotionally not being right, needing to stand out, maybe not feeling heard or whatever it is. But they got to feel like they standing out. And every time I see whether it's basketball or football, because I watched a lot of high school games before, like, and it's you always see the same play. Like you see the same thing. You go out to the white schools and they play fundamental ball. They play as a team, as a unit. You go to the black schools, I tend to see more hero ball or, more this and that and more trying to be athletic. I've seen it teams dunking and jumping out the gym and doing passes in the warm-ups and in the tournament. And then the little white school with the little white boys come out playing like the Indiana Hoosiers. Larry Bird ball, they just played nothing great and they come out and whoop on them. So I just think it's a feel for the need to stand out. So I don't think it's, anything with them being dumb or nothing like that. But I think it's just they want to look good doing it. Like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I noticed.
I mean, that's definitely a part of it too. Individuality and just wanting to be well, just our culture. Period. Look
Yeah.
at the music. Look at the sports people
Yeah.
that they look up to. Look how they do it. They want to be just like that too. Not to say that the other side, the white people don't want to be like that. The white kids, they still love the Anthony Edwards and things like that. But who's more likely to act like that when you see
Hmm.
Anthony Edwards act like that? So that's what I'm talking to. That's what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with me picking sides and trying to color race and all that stuff. No, it's just the truth because I've been doing it for so long, and these are the different aspects that I'm seeing and that I'm dealing with. Just putting it out there. If you don't like it, oh well, you'll be fine.
Have you ever seen that in any white kids that you've coached?
Oh yeah, like I said, it's still white kids that act like that. It's just not the majority. It's very slim to none, but there are some. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Some that are like indulged so deep in our culture that they act just like their friends that are in our culture. You know, I don't
So
know
they
what
tainted.
name if you want to call it that, yeah, absolutely. But I don't know the
They
names
acting
that
black.
yeah, right.
Well, you gonna get some tomatoes, boy. The
Hey,
tomatoes are all going to Coach E this week.
it's cool. I just got done eating spaghetti.
Yeah, I've seen some situations down here. We have a school, South Lake Carroll, predominantly white school, and they always go deep into the playoffs. I just know with that program specifically, and I think it's maybe a Texas thing too. Like, its resources are allocated to, like,
Yes.
I mean, it's like you said, every school in that district down to the elementary school, probably even the pre-K is a dragon because they're the South
Hmm.
Lake Carroll Dragons. Like,
Hmm.
it's dragon. The little kids, they look up to these high school kids like, I want to be like him one day. It's a culture. It is a culture. And
Yes.
and it's hard. I think it's hard to develop a culture like that in some maybe inner city schools because resources allocated to, like, the resources ain't getting allocated to the football program because we got
No.
other needs that we gotta face and we gotta fill,
Hmm.
other than athletics, so yeah, because I can name a couple programs like that where it's resources allocated to.
And that's another big, huge part that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Atlanta, I'll just say this real quick and we can move on. But yeah, I know what you're talking about because in Atlanta, they were talking about the school, Buford High School, just spent so many $1 million on
Yep.
a new football stadium. I was like, I ain't gonna never hear
Hell,
anything like that in the Cleveland area.
dog. Take any of them Gwinnett County schools, Buford, Norcross. All
Yeah.
I used to recruit down there, man. But you go down there to Mays and Tri-Cities and stuff like that. Like them,
Tri-Cities.
yeah, Tri-Cities down there. That the money ain't getting allocated to those. Nah, they got some kids down there that can go,
Mhm.
but it's not gonna get allocated down there like up north in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. That was good stuff, fellas. But go ahead and keep this thing moving and talk about that crazy hat that B got. Let's talk about the reason he wearing it on this podcast. So our Cleveland Browns, man, last week we said there's gonna be the last team to win a game in the NFL,
No,
Coach E.
you said that. Y'all
I-
said that.
Wholeheartedly, I agree.
and hey, man, they said I hold my water.
Eeyore.
So-
1 and 2, brother. 1 and 2.
The
Exactly.
Eeyore twins. There you go.
And so they came out last Sunday. It was ugly. I ain't gonna even lie. It was something hard to watch for sure. A couple of times I had to turn away and come back to it. I was like, this is rough. But they came back and won in miraculous fashion. A theme that took place. Hey, Coach E, I think you got something for us, right?
Yes, I do. That's just a little something, but I got something else too. There's something else that everybody was talking about, everybody's been pumped about, and everybody has not been given due the chance, man. And I told people as soon as it happened the first week, it was his first ever game. So he missed a couple field goals and he missed the extra point.
But
You still have to look. I understand, Zen. Could have won the game.
No.
understand.
You got PTSD. You start to be like, man, Cade York. Yeah, it was the first game, but man, it never got any better, man.
I understand.
But if y'all remember,
when it started going downhill, it was going downhill. And we ain't gonna even talk about the times under Hugh Jackson, man. Woo, God.
if y'all remember, they was better from far than close. So this was in the good range. I had faith.
Yeah. So you can't fault the people for having a little PTSD, thinking this dude was gonna be fall in line and follow the same pattern, man.
Not faulting him at all. I'm just telling, give the man a chance. Give him a chance. So this is what took place on Sunday afternoon.
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is on the way. The kick is good. The kick is good. And Andre Schmidt from 55 to give the Browns a 13-10 win.
55 with extra foot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to take that one, but yeah,
Foot.
yeah. Look, it looked pretty much done for the most part. The Browns couldn't stop tripping over themselves on offense. The offense, I would say, was the worst it's looked all season. But thanks to the defense was able to pull it out and hold Jordan Love, who was looking spectacular. Well, I won't say spectacular. Looked solid in his first two starts for the Green Bay Packers, and it made him look kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Regular. Just a regular guy.
Just a guy. Said he just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy.
And because of that, they weren't able to score no more than 10 points. And thanks to the defense, thanks to special teams, had to get the offense a little help to be able to score the points that we were able to score and win the game. Now, we are coming up against another top team out of the NFC North. this time it's going to be the Detroit Lions. They lost their first game to the Green Bay Packers in the first game of the season, so that might give us a little hope that since we beat them, maybe we'll have a shot against them as well too. But since that first game, they've looked mighty impressive in the following games against the Bears, and then on Monday night against the Baltimore Ravens, who we lost to in horrible fashion. So fellas, what do we got to do to what's your takeaways from this game, and can we go into this game, what we need to do to switch it up so we can have a better performance come game 4 against this a team that many predict to be in the Super Bowl?
Before you go, B, let me give you the correct opening because I know this was going on in your brain.
Come on, bring it. Bring it. That's it.
That's it.
I was looking for the whole thing, the whole song. I was looking for the whole song. There we go. All right, let's kick it off. So when I'm watching this game, man, first of all, we ain't got to do nothing different, but we're going to come back to that because in defense, we trust. I'm watching this game, right? I'm thinking about my dude, the fittest flat earther on Instagram. He always talk about the fallen angels. They done switch roles. They switch roles all the time. Trump is Elvis. I'm like, this is not Joe Flacco. This is Joe Biden. Joe Biden to put on a Flacco skin suit. He can't move. He can't throw stuff. I'm like, what is happening here? But then I figured it out. Coach of the year, 2-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski. He did something magical. What he did, the rope-a-dope is back. Because Kevin Stefanski, what he did was, let me explain to y'all, because y'all coaches might not have seen this angle. He got them boys so tired, and Micah Parsons, he did an attack what Micah Parsons got traded from Dallas for, up the gut. So once the boy was tired of whooping on Joe Flacco, rope-a-dope style, we start running Junkins. Junkins start killing up the gut, gave us a chance. In defense, we trust. I told Eeyore 1 and 2 last week. I couldn't go against my guys. I was like, man, it's rough. I'm mad I ain't put in my parlay. I'm mad Zen was right. But yo, I was calling for Gabriel. My phone was blowing up. I was like, yo, Joe ain't got the right stuff. I'm like, dude, put in Gabriel. But I'm glad he stayed with it. I'm glad he stayed with it. Because had we gone with Gabriel, it might have looked good. Had we gone with the true number 2, Gabriel, it might have looked good. But Joe did stand in and make some key passes, even though they was dinks and dunks. They wasn't the magical over the top stuff that he used to throwing and having that Flacco magic. No, it was ugly. Defense, we trust. So going into next week, because I told y'all this defense, we ain't got to score 20 points, see? We scored 13 and we won. Defense, we trust. I'm saying next week, we going to shut them down because like I told y'all at the beginning of the season, that front 4 is magical. I'm going to eat this hat because Myles Garrett, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But that front 4, 3 weeks in a row, we shut down offensive juggernaut teams. We held Derrick Henry in check. He said we got to hold this Jacobs kid in check. We got held on what, 30 yards, 16 carries, 30 yards. Derrick Henry, 23 yards. Yo, I'm saying we ain't got to do nothing. Goff going to have a long day at the office. Who is that other guy that run? Is it John Claude Van Damme? What's his name? Who's that guy that run? St. Pierre, Claude Van, whoever. He's not going to get nothing.
Receiver.
Yeah. Whoever he is.
St.
Who is the running back? Who's the running back?
Because they are Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs.
Well, they're going to be parked 1 and 2. Eeyore 1 and 2, they're going to be parked bus 1 and 2. So that's what we got to do. Continue this magical defense. Come out, Junkins, 94 yards. Keep running that ball, pounding that peel. Browns for the win. 2 games in a row. We should be 2-1. We could easily be 2-1 at the top of the division had the kicker not missed the kick. That's right. He had to shake that rust off. He kicked it. Hey, here we go. Brownies. Here we go. Roof.
I'm going to throw in 1 point before you go, Rick. It's a reason that came out, too. Everybody was talking about how they wanted the Browns to release him. They kind of did him a solid, man. They didn't want to turn their backs on him because his mom had an aneurysm and ended up passing away. And they ain't want to cut him, and ain't no telling where his life could have went after that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a harsh business, but life is life.
That
dude.
was Kevin.
And
Kevin
that's how they
Stefanski.
did with Hopkins last year because he has a special needs son. That's why they didn't cut him after he was missing all that. He was away from his special needs son that needs attention every single day, and he was going through it mentally and all this stuff. All this stuff is starting coming out now. So just want to throw that in there.
Good
You
guy.
know what, E? Before you look, before you go, Rick, I gotta counter that. Nah, man, that's just a nice spin that they put on it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
The
yeah.
reality of the situation is, man, they couldn't find anything out there. Because if they could have found something out there that they knew for sure could be better than what they
Why?
had currently had, in
Why
an
would you
instance,
cut
they
him
would have got
on one? He was all world kicker in college. I mean, he had his first game. You can't cut him off his
Cade
first
York.
game, man.
Look, so, but I
Hey,
mean,
look
I'm
how long
cool
they
with
gave
it.
him.
But there was nothing else. There was nothing else out there, though. Seriously. Unless you was gonna get Justin Tucker and deal with his baggage
Hell
that he
no.
currently come with,
Right.
there was no
We
other
already
kicker
got
out
one
there to
freak.
get that you was gonna get to come in there and be serviceable enough. So you had to ride it out. You had no choice. Nah, that's a nice spin and the mother and all that. Okay, cool. But we both know, like you said, it's a cutthroat business. If they
Yeah.
knew something out there for sure was better, man, they said my condolences and gave him
Ooh.
his
Here's
walking
your plane
papers right
ticket.
on out the door, man.
Here's your
Eeyore
plane
tape
ticket.
battle.
Here's your plane ticket to your mama's funeral.
Exactly.
Eeyore battle.
Shoot him some flowers and be like, hey, there it is.
From
All
the
right,
Browns.
Rick, my bad.
Nah, you good. Well, being down here, I got to catch it all on the highlights. But watching the highlights, I kind of liked watching it that way because I got a vibe from the defense that they really feel like we got to do this and we're going to do this. And it didn't feel like whatever the offense is doing, but we gonna do this out here on the field. They gave up a couple big plays, a couple explosive plays, but a lot of that is schemed up because it's just they, as aggressive as the front four are, they use that against them in a couple of times. And and I think that's something you can clean up going into next game. But as long as we could keep getting pressure with 4 like we had been, I mean, that's going to be a plus. We should have had another turnover. He knocked that ball out. It never should have been a kick,
Talking
and
about Bush.
that's another thing. Yeah, when he punched it out, that was a turnover there. So the calls and the turnovers, things like that. I get a feeling from the highlights that the defense is like, we're gonna put this on our back and we're gonna do it. It's not promising the way the offense is stalling, especially going into this week. I mean, Detroit, they've lost some games, but they can score the ball. Yeah, they played the Bears one game, but they can score the ball, and I don't think they're going to get down into a lot of those situations, especially at home inside like E was saying, that 20-20 game. They're going to put those in the end zone. I mean, and we got to be able to counter and we got to be able to answer. Like, it just very sputtered out, with offensively. We got to fix that. If we don't fix it, I don't think we're going to, I'm a lot more, looking into, a lot more optimistic by the way the defense is playing, but we got to stop the sputtering on offense.
Okay.
And Judkins might be it. I mean, I think if we go through him,
Question:
it might be
will
it.
we go through him? Is one.
Yeah.
We can start there. One, it's clear. Yeah, Judkins, 18 carries, 94 yards.
18 carries.
Look great, but I hate to say it, we're gonna probably need more from him. We're gonna have to, but this goes against Kevin Stefanski's rule. Like he's holds steadfast when it comes to running backs. Man, very rarely will a running back get 20 or more carries. Man, I should have. Now that I said that, I should have looked up how many Nick Chubb got during this
15.
time.
It was 15. Remember, you started talking about it was 15 and under. So by him getting 18 is remarkable.
No, it was a couple 18 sprinkled in, a couple 18, 17, 19 at the most, but that 20, he probably crossed 23 times.
Yeah, and so I think personally we need to kind of feature him sort of like how we did, well, not how we did, how the Eagles do with Saquon, how the Falcons do with Bijan. Like, you're gonna have to truly feature this back and make sure, because that's the only for sure thing you got going is
Yeah,
Judkins.
but like that's
It's a
20
lot, Rick.
carries. I'll be honest, like even when I'm playing the game in NCAA, I don't give my backs over 20 carries a game because then they start getting hurt. That'd be my only thing is just the usage rate, especially if we don't have a complimentary back like him to do that the same thing that he does. But I'm with you. Like, we got to figure out a way. I don't know if it's screens. I don't know if it's how to get him to rock.
man.
Ride that boy like Tennessee Titans used to do Derrick Henry.
No.
And ride that boy and get him to the
Pause.
play. Let that man take us to the playoffs. That's how I'm feeling, because I don't see any other bright spot. Maybe Fannin. Let me take that back. Fannin looked like there could be something there with that. But other than that, hey, I hate to say it, my boy Jerry Jeudy, Roll Tide, you disappoint me.
Yeah.
Cedric Tillman, you disappoint me. Njoku,
He catching the ball. Njoku catching that ball.
doing all right. He
tight
doing all right.
ends.
But
Yeah.
as far as bright spots, absolute bright spots, is Judkins and not much else, man.
I hate to
Njoku
say it,
don't
it's
look like
Joe.
he don't look like the threat like he was when that break. Like, he looks different. It's something.
He's a lot heavier.
I feel like he's rested on his
Tank.
loyals a lot. Like he needs to.
Hey, it's a contract year, boy.
Yeah.
Gotta figure
It's
it
Joe,
out.
man. I hate to say it, it's Joe, man. My boy, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Okay.
If me and E was talking about, he like, you don't see what I see. I ain't seeing that Flacco fire, man. That Flacco magic. I don't see it.
That's now that I got you here. Explain to me when you say the Flacco fire, because I don't understand what you're saying.
The Flacco fire was putting the ball in places, in tight places. Now he did some of that a little bit. It was getting the ball out. It was that little niftiness. It was that fired upness. I'm not seeing it. So I don't know if it's going back to what we was talking about last week. Is he thinking too much? Is Stefanski trying to put some complicated plays in the mix? Well, like, what is it? But I'm not seeing that Flacco magic. And for me, like I say, it's quick decisions. It's passing where they're gonna be. It's tight throws. It's taking chances before you get to that frustrated chance that I've seen the past 3 weeks.
The Flacco magic was he came off the couch and nobody knew what they was gonna do with him. Now they figured out, okay, this is how they're gonna use Flacco, and this is who they have on offense to use Flacco. Like, they game planning. Like, these people get paid to this, man. They're like, this ain't
true. They got tape. They see
That's
how
what
to play. Yeah.
So call me crazy, like putting in Gabriel or putting in Shador might not be the craziest thing because you don't know what's going to go down or what's going to happen.
I thought I was going to see it last week.
Yeah.
I thought I was.
Let me ask you, 21 for 36, 142 yards, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Could Dylan Gabriel do that for you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
say yeah. And the play.
Shador Sanders do that for you.
I even think Sanders could do it. The one play that I'm gonna say, the one play.
Why are we holding on to it?
Because I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The one play we definitely could have used him was that goal line where Flacco did the fake. They bit. All he had to do was run like 5 yards, but he was so slow and so indecisive. He made a pass and it didn't connect. Whereas the Rook might have took that.
That ain't never been his game.
If he indecisive or is he very decisive? He's not running 5 yards.
Yeah, that has never been.
It was right there. It was right there.
I'm taking a step further. Deshaun Watson could do that. Playing on the money anyway.
B don't want to hear it. Don't say it.
Those numbers, you are absolutely right, man.
See,
remember who said Watson go play this year?
But
I think he is.
Remember who also was killing him last year because of the numbers that he was putting up, and now his boy is putting. Oh no! Don't damn it, Rick, because it was coming. I still ain't had my turn yet.
Man,
well, since I'm here, welcome me in. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that anemic offense that scares me even more now because we are missing both of our starting tackles, our right and our left tackle. And Green Bay totally exposed it with those, would you say 4 sacks in? They sacked them 4 times?
Oh,
2
Sack
sacks.
Joe too.
Oh, it was just 2, but it was 8 knockdowns, 6 pressures, that interception. Yeah, we could chalk it up and say it was a Hail Mary for halftime or whatever. He has still thrown an interception every game this season so far. Like I told you he would. Let's not ignore that fact either. But you got Aiden Hutchinson coming off the edge next game. He's going to expose whatever backup tackle is in there, and just a scheme period of them getting pressured. They sacked Lamar 4 times on Monday night the other day.
I thought
That's
it was
extremely
7.
hard to do. No, it was 4 sacks, 7 pressures.
And he can run 5 yards.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I'm
couldn't.
saying.
He couldn't do shit.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's what we're about to be up against at their house, indoors, on turf, on a controlled environment. So that kind of scares me. That really scares me because we are averaging 15.1 points a game, which is the lowest point per game since 06. The 0-16 Browns averaged more points per game than this Browns team and last year's Browns team. So that's not holding up well.
30th in the league.
30th in the league. And when the season started, everybody was talking about how we were going to be the worst team in the league, the worst offense in the league, and nobody wanted to hear it. But now we're living out that fear. It came true right now. But then on top of that, next week, what Rick, you was alluding to, I don't know how the hell we about to keep up with them scoring because they can score. They scored 38 on Monday Night Football, and they should have had more than 38, just to be honest. They coming off of that 38, and then they had 52 the week before that. So that's very scary. Go ahead, Zen.
All right. So you said that, and I agree with you, but would you say that was Baltimore's defense? That's not the Browns' defense. But also, man, I know B says in defense we trust, but is that sustainable for a 17-game season? Those two that I have.
Zen, you know damn well that's where I was going next. No, that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on the defense every single Sunday with them being on the field as long as they have been for these first 3 games. Eventually, that is going to catch up to them. And what you was talking about with the tape, Rick, the more tape people get on this defense, the more ways they're going to see how to attack them. Now, this Detroit team that's coming up next week, they are a screen-heavy team. How do you negate the pass rush? Screen heavy. And they got one of the best back, if not the best back in the league that runs that screen in Jahmyr Gibbs. He can take a screen 60 yards to the house in no time. All it takes is for that D-line to get out of position. All it takes is those linebackers to over pursue and those linemen to get down to block those secondaries because everybody don't know corner or no safety want to see a lineman coming down unbothered straight to them blocking on that damn screen. So that's what scares me about that. But as far as Denzel, I think he's going to be with St. Brown. I wish and hope that he travels with him this game because Denzel is usually not a traveling corner playing man-to-man wherever he goes. He's usually not. Hopefully he makes an exception for this game because they are so deep at receiver and we're so wounded at defensive back with Emerson not being in there and Greg Newsome being our number 2, and that leaves him alone with Jameson Williams. That scares me. Scares me a lot. It's going to be heavy Miles, heavy Graham, heavy Alex Smith. We need the pass rush to step up, but be consistent and pace themselves all game because, yes, I don't think it's sustainable for the whole season and for a whole game like a track meet that we're about to be in for next week.
And to stretch that even further, Zen, it can work if for 2 things. If the offense does not turn the ball over, like they can't be a detriment to the defense.
Right.
Flipping the field, short field, turning the ball over, pick sixes, stuff like that. And if they can get their point average up to probably about 20.8, because guess what? And the defense plays well. That's what the Super Bowl, also the offense for the Ravens averaged when they won the Super Bowl that year, 20.8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
that was a
if they
once in a
can,
lifetime defense.
I was looking for that stat.
now I
That's
know
right.
they had Hall of Famers on that defense. You know, it's a little different. But I'm just talking
We
about if
do
a
too.
defense is trying to, we
But
got one.
to your point, Rick,
Yeah.
offensively, what was they one bright spot, and they rolled that on offense to that
Jamal Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah.
We need to do that with Judkins, man. That's exactly what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
So with this game, I think we need to hit Detroit with their own medicine and use
Exactly.
Sampson in the backfield
Yes.
with Quinshawn and kind of do a thunder and lightning with them as well and have the screen game go to Sampson so they can also cover the screen. Do the same thing they're doing. It's a copycat league anyway. So we might as well copycat them in their house and throw it against them that they see in practice every day, but it's just a little different twist. Because Kevin runs tight end screens and screen. Just had a fancy
Njoku,
play.
he can't do that. Them screens
No,
look
no,
horrible.
They've
I'm
been
talking about
using
Harold.
Sampson.
Talking about Harold Fanning. He can
Fanning.
do it. Fanning
Yeah.
can do it. But I just thought of something that Kevin Stefanski did this last game that pissed me off to the highest level of festivity. We were on the goal line, had an opportunity to score, and the smartest dummy found his way in that coaching box, down on the sideline. Rick, it was second and goal from the 3. This son of a bitch ran tackle eligible, and he threw to the tackle.
All the dudes you pay to catch the ball, and that's who you gonna throw it to in the red zone.
Why
Trying to trick 'em.
even call? Yeah, sure, it'll trick him. Why even call that call in
Yeah.
that position of the game? It was still 10-0 at that time. So those were important points that we needed, and you choose to call tackle eligible on second and goal. I'm sorry, guys. I had to get that out
Yeah.
because I didn't want anybody to forget about that. That was one of the dumbest calls that I've seen
Yeah,
since
that's
Kevin's last game.
That's that. I'm gonna outsmart them or outcoach them. Like, nah, man.
And I hate it.
Line it up, run power 3 times, and score.
Stop me. And please
Yeah,
stop.
like this ain't hard.
Maybe do a
was
play
times that
action on
didn't
one
work,
of those
though.
3. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was times that didn't work though. It was times Judkins got stopped. I remember times last year he ran that and they was waiting for it and stopped him. One time they stopped us 7 times straight because we
Hey.
got a penalty and they
What-
stopped us again.
Well,
Run it
then,
8 times.
that as a coach, that ain't a me problem. That's a player problem. Y'all can't get me 3 yards.
Yeah, you got to
Like,
work
that's-
with what you got. Plus
that's a
the other
player
side, you got to think what
Hey.
you facing they front four. They front four ain't no slugs, but
Hey,
till they got tired, they
I'm
got
not
tired. That's what I'm saying.
running tackle eligible
Yeah,
for
that-
no
that ain't
situation.
it.
Ever.
How many times what team used to
That's
run that?
a play you use when it's a blowout and you want to
Get your fat man a
give
touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Give them a little treat for all their hard work. Like, man,
Yeah.
go on out there and get that
Crunch
touchdown.
time.
You need
I
a
also
fullback.
put that under. You start calling plays like that when I don't know what else to do. You got all the
Exactly.
gimmicky and gadget type plays. It's
We
like,
don't
Yeah.
have bread and butter, so let me
Went up
see
the
if
gut,
this
ain't
sticks
working.
on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yep.
But up the
That's
gut
all right.
was working because Quinshawn
Yeah,
didn't
true.
bounce everything. He ran.
No, he
into the
did.
tackle.
You
No,
right.
he
You
didn't.
right. That's
He didn't
no.
bounce
That's what I'm
nothing.
saying. He went straight
Yeah.
up the gut. That's what I said in my open. Yeah, he went straight up the gut. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They start using that pressure against him going up the gut because it was coming from the ends, and that's what I'm saying. Next week they got screens. We got screens too. He been running Sampson in the screens the first couple games. I don't know what happened to it. He need to bring that back out.
And thank you for saying that. So my question was going to be to you: is he going to call it?
Yeah, he gonna have to, unless because if Joe looking bad, man, which Joe 3 games in a row, he been
He
looking
will.
bad. So he said he's sticking with Joe. Joe pulled it out first couple games. We should have won the Cincinnati game. We need to bring it out again. I mean, because that pass rush is gonna be good. It's gonna be great. But I'm disappointed in y'all talking about this sorry ass offense. The sorry ass offense for y'all talking about the Ravens been getting walked all over all game except against us. They defense ain't our defense. So I guarantee this for your parlay. The under 20 points. Lions is not scoring over 20 points this game. No way.
Okay, if they don't score over 20 points, can we score over 20 points?
No.
I mean, we gonna have to. We gonna have to win. But
We
they
have to
just
every
had
week.
Jordan Love, who was hot, to under 200 yards. Golf, might get 200 yards. He is not going to have the game that he kicked the Ravens' ass. We kicked the Ravens. I mean, we should have beat the Ravens, but it broke down, like E said, like, because you put that very well, E. The score didn't tell the story. The score didn't tell the story. So I'm saying we can win this game. It's a winnable game. Eeyore 1, 2, and now 3. I thought you was Christopher Robin, Rick, not Eeyore 3. Come on, man. You're supposed to be optimistic with me.
This is what he does, Rick. If
He's
it's
supposed
not
to
what
be.
he wants to hear, you're a
Don't
hater.
pull me into this.
All right. All right.
See you through Eeyores.
Real quick. We're going to play another game of buy or sell. I like that last week, so I said I want to pull it back out again. I had them set up for Rick, and Rick wasn't here, so I was like, let me bring it back out again. I got a fresh set, kind of piggybacking on a couple from last week. So,
Sell. Oh, my bad.
So here we go. So as a tribute to Around the Horn, here we go. So my first buy or sell. Let's go back to Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow has missed 29 regular season games thus far in his career. Many people would say is because the Cincinnati Bengals have not invested in their offensive line. So if we was to go into a time machine and go back to 2021, this is interesting because when we did the pre-draft special for our pod that week, Coach E said the Cincinnati Bengals should draft Penei Sewell. I'm like, looking back, that might have been the right choice. So, buy or sell. If we go back into a time machine to 2021, it would have been better for Joe Burrow's career and health had the Cincinnati Bengals drafted Penei Sewell and just kept riding out with T. Higgins as their number one receiver.
I'm going to sell that. I am. I know I said it back then, but knowing what we know now, I'm going to sell it. And Penei Sewell is one of the best offensive tackles, if not the best offensive tackle in the league still today. But they needed Joe, and they needed Chase. So
Chase, right.
I'm going to sell.
Sale.
Okay.
I second that sale. Oh my gosh.
I'm with that too. It's hard to find a quarterback and the number one receiver in the same draft like
so
that.
T. Higgins, they already had him on the team. You couldn't just keep developing him as a number one receiver, as your number one receiver. You paying him like he's number one, so.
But then, if he would have been number one, he would have been getting double covered. Then who else would they be going to? Because if you double cover Chase, you got to leave him by himself. So that's how he eating. And then if they double cover him, then they Chase be open. So it's kind of a give and take, man. So drafting Joe, I'm selling.
It made his job easier with I guess like you said with Chase being there. So yeah, I'm gonna sell that.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Number 2. Hate to say it. Our boy Travis Hunter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's making the Browns draft day trade. I can't even think about the last time possibly the Browns have won a trade. I can't even remember. I'm like, man, I was scratching my head like, man, I can't think of one. We've lost, even when I thought we was going to win it, we have lost every trade. So this actually looks like a possibility that we might win this trade. So our boy Travis Hunter, me and you, Coach E, our boy Travis Hunter, because Rick wasn't a fan of him because of the NIL. So it's just me and you, Coach E. So he's struggling these first 3 games. Buy or sell, Coach E. Right now, he is primarily a wide receiver with a sprinkle of cornerback. Buy or sell, Coach E, that he will eventually be primarily cornerback with a sprinkle of wide receiver.
I think I can buy that because when they first was about to get him, that's what I thought was going to happen. They just was going to have special packages for him on offense and him being primarily defense. So, yeah, I'm going to buy that because I see him doing that better than primary receiver sprinkle DB. It should be the other way around. So, yeah, I'm going to buy that.
Okay, what about y'all two fellas?
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the DB sprinkle wide receiver just because that's the only option. I think it should be all cornerback. I don't
Yeah,
think he
you
should
trying
play any wide receiver at all. I mean, let's be good at something. Let's be good at something before we start giving you something else too. That's just kind of my situation. And I heard a guy, he had a good take where he was like, the problem the problems that come on the field is because of the meetings that he is not in. Like if he's in an offensive meeting and he's not in a defensive meeting, hearing the checks and hearing this and hearing that, and then it's hard to get out there on the field with a guy who is not in tune to everything.
Yeah.
And play fast.
Next thing you
So
know, busted coverage, touchdown Wadsworth. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like some trauma.
yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna buy that, but I'm need you to buy all the way cornerback.
I'm actually gonna sell because he too small. I mean, I know y'all the football gods and all of that stuff, but I see an undersized guy who will get trampled out there. I think he'll be a better receiver, and that's the problem. He came in trying to be cocky, buying into this whole everybody generational talent. I mean, he ain't proven. It's the NFL. It's best of the best, the best. Not to try to see football league. So, welcome to the NFL. Get on one side of the ball. And I say get on offense because you got Goldilocks. I mean, he did have that one little pass. As long as he don't try that stupid ass juke move, I think he'll be better wide receiver.
Okay, all right. And my final one to wrap it up. I'm gonna bring it back home to Ohio State, sort of. I'm gonna talk about their former quarterback, CJ Stroud. Now, me and you, Coachy. Look, I keep going back to me and you. It's me and you, Coachy. So me and you, Coachy, we saw at Ohio State, like, I don't know what he's gonna be like as a NFL quarterback. I don't know. He don't like to run. Just little things you would see in big games. But somehow, some way, when he came into his rookie season, man, he was lighting the world on fire. Since then, season 2 was okay. He got a playoff win, but the numbers weren't as spectacular as his first season. Year 3, rough. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. Nah, Coach E, buy or sell. This CJ Stroud that we're seeing right now is the CJ Stroud we expected when he came out of Ohio State.
On one half, I want to say buy, but on the other half, I want to say sell because that's when we brought up that Georgia game, that last Georgia game. He showed that bag that he had, and he has transferred that to the NFL level. So I'm beginning to think that that's what he is, and why he didn't show that way back then is beyond me. So I'm gonna say sell because I think he's the guy that he has been the last 2 years. And you probably gonna disagree or look at me funny. They still missing a lot of receivers, man. That's a lot of weapons he don't have. He don't have the Tank Dells. He don't have the Christian Kirks. He don't have uh, Joe Mixon, and it's still a lot of weapons that he's missing. And he's trying to make do with what he got. And they still have been in every single game that they've played this year. So I don't want to say he's totally fallen off. He's just regressing because of his lack thereof of weapons, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna sell. He's legit.
Yeah.
Like it's certain quarterbacks you look at and just he's one of those guys. I think he's legit. It's just something like he said, personnel. Now he's not Tom Brady like where it's like I don't care who on the roster. I'm Tom Brady. We rocking it. Nah, he ain't there yet. But he's definitely he's as advertised. Like he's good.
Okay. B, wrap us up.
B, wrap us up. Well, you got tape. I ain't watching him at Ohio State, but I heard people go from he wasn't that great to he was good, and I'm assuming that's the game E talking about. But again, welcome to the NFL where they get tape on you. Like Rick say, you got people to get paid to find your weaknesses, your tweaks and all that stuff. And I think that's what's going on now. Yeah, he's missing some weapons, but I don't know. He just ain't doing the sizzle. How Jaden Daniels doing? I was gonna ask that
hurt.
question too.
Yeah, he was hurt
Yeah.
Oh, he
last
got hurt.
game.
Before he
He
got
played
hurt though,
Sunday.
was he
First
doing
game was
anything before he
good.
got hurt?
Second game against the Packers, he was all right.
Yeah, because he
That's
another
when he
one I'm
got
gonna
hurt.
see when they gonna do because they got tape on him now. I don't think he gonna have that magic he had last year. But yeah, so I guess on that Ohio State guy, I guess I'll buy it.
You gonna buy it. All right. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, B.
Hey, Zen. Hey, Zen, before we roll out, I'm Travis Hunter is listed at 6'1", 185. Greg Newsome is listed at 6 feet, 192. He ain't too
Too
small.
little, man.
Nah, he ain't too small to play corner.
Man,
Oh no,
we
hell
gonna
no.
see. We
Hell
gonna
no, he
see.
ain't too small to play corner.
I know what he ain't. He wasn't worth that pick. Go Barry, go Browns. Mason Graham.
And don't get me wrong, I love what Mason Graham is
Deshaun
doing.
Junkins.
I'm just still a Travis Hunter fan. I still would have been
Yeah.
happy with him.
Junkins and
Yeah.
Graham alone. Schlesinger. Well, I don't know who all came out that pick. I
Yeah,
know
it was
it was
Junkins. Junkins
Junkins,
and
I know,
Mason
and
Graham.
Graham.
Junkins, yeah.
I was gonna say Schlesinger too, but I don't think he
Nah.
came out of that pick.
That was our own
Yeah.
pick that we had.
That was
But
a
them
smart.
two alone.
And
That
we
was a
Yeah,
smart.
right there.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah.
so good with those
Them
two.
two
And then,
alone.
hey, we got another first round pick come next season. So
He wasn't dynamic enough. It wasn't like he was
Right.
Randy Moss or anything like that. So
All this generational talent nonsense. Can we buy and sell? He ain't a generational talent. One more Zen. Can we buy and sell it? Not a generational talent.
I'm selling.
you know where I
It's
stand on that.
3 freaking weeks, man. So
Nah,
a
bro, he
career
played
is
in-
defined in 3 weeks?
He played in the Big 12, dog. That was enough
Yeah.
for me.
Oh
Zen?
man,
Enough for me.
hold on.
Zen, come on, Zen.
Man, don't give me that Big 12 stuff. Josh Allen played at Wyoming, man. There's many of players, great players to play at outside of a power two.
But
Good
you know why that
counterpunch, Zen.
you know
Good
why that's
counterpunch.
different? You know why that's different, Zen? I think as a quarterback, that speaks volumes for them because you going through something. You ain't had the best offensive line. You ain't had the best weapons. You ain't have. So now that you get around that, you bring all that. It comes to the surface. Man was front running, man. Like you wasn't checking the best wide
Light Skin
receivers.
Nation. Right.
The best cornerbacks were not checking you in the conference. No, like I'll always go back to how many corners got drafted from the Big 12. How many wide receivers got drafted from the Big 12?
Light Skin Nation.
And how many games did he dominate by himself? I don't care Big 12 or not. It was
In the
him by
Big 12.
himself.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
talent
and unlike my man Scatterboo, it didn't translate to winning.
Scatterboo. Right.
Hey,
9
don't
and
bring
4.
that name up. I don't.
Scatterboo, Sharon.
Scatterboo, man.
He got a touchdown. He got a touchdown. Scatterboo.
Oh.
Hey, did you see the way he scored too? Dove,
Man,
put his hand in the ground. Like he a football player, man. That dude is a
Man.
football
Oh,
player.
he's a dog. He's
He
a
a
dog.
football player, man. Hey,
Boo,
Scatterboo.
Scatterboo.
hate. That's all.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'm glad you can identify with it.
Oh man, all right, yeah. I hear that sound, fellas. So you know what that means. Good pod. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, Guardians in.
Hey, we're about to take this thing on into the playoffs. And you know what happens when you're in the playoffs, man. Anything can happen. Hey, Rick, we're going to come down to Texas. What my man Chris Broussard say, we're going to sit on y'all couch. We're going to take the remote, turn the channel, tell y'all to fix us a sandwich and get us a soda pop. We were coming down there. We about to run things this weekend, man.
Hey, I hope so.
But you got a post-game word for the people.
Yes, I do. Matter of fact. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Take a knee. All eyes on me. Today's word is wish and work. Wish and work. That's two separate things. It's two separate words. One of them you should not be doing. The other thing you should be doing. It's all nice and fun and beautiful to wish that you had certain things and to wish your dreams come true. But you got to work for it. Without that work, that wish is going null and void because it's not going to come to any kind of true dream. Work is the essence of everything that is possible in life. So don't just sit there and wish upon a star, wish you had this, wish you shouldn't have done that, wish you could have done that. Go ahead and work for everything that you are sitting there wishing for, and I guarantee it becomes true. Work is the pinnacle of everything in life. So go ahead and put that work in.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, chickens, dogs, children. Hope you sleep right now, kids. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. And we will see if the Browns scored more than 15 points. Highly doubt it, but that's why we're here, to watch the games. So see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.